All right, good morning and welcome back. We are here on this sidewalk job again. So finally had some good weather, had a couple delays with some rain. Couldn't get on the schedule for a little bit, but it's a nice Saturday morning here, 50 degrees, so should finally be able to get this poured. So we still have our original sidewalks here. Come down, and we're gonna bring the buggy today, use the concrete buggy to get this in. And then since it's gonna be roughly 70 degrees most of the day today, we also threw 1% accelerator in it, and we'll get this buggied out, and hopefully I won't be here all day since it's a nice cool morning. Try to get this done in 3 to 4 hours with the accelerator in it, and should be a pretty straightforward pour. So truck should be here any minute and we'll get going. Okay, truck's here, buggy's out, should be ready to go. Just gonna go check the slump and get our bill, and I'll meet you guys down here at the back of the house where we're starting this sidewalk. Okay, not bad. Got the back all screeded out, and I think my dad and Ty were pretty much just finishing up getting this front in, so I'll go give them a hand, see where we're at, and then should be a little bit of waiting before we get on this again. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Looks like they're just finishing up the stairs here, so. Okay, concrete's in. Still waiting on this steps to set up a little bit, because if it's a little bit wet like this is about a 6-inch slump, it'll tend to want to fall down through, so you have to wait for the steps to set up so they don't get too low. I got my dad on the edges here, so I'm gonna hop on this other edge and run down this other side. We'll get the back started, and should be keeping up with this thing pretty well. In the sun now, so won't take long for it to go. Okay, so we have the front all ready to go. So basically just, raised our edges up to make sure it was all flush, cut our first edge in just to get all those big rocks out of the way, floated in to get some cream in there. So I'm just going to lay out some false joints back here. So I have 171 inches and I'm hooked on the outside of the tape. So we have 171 under that 2x4 down there at the step. So minus an inch and a half. I have 169.5 inches. Usually shoot for like 5 feet for these. This one I'll split this one into 3, so we'll divide this by 3. So that'll give us 56 inches, 56.5 inches for each of these. So get these laid out. Alright, it's going for 56.5. So here, and then times 2 is 113. Alright, it's good spacing. Okay, so it's about half an hour later, so this 1% of course is really starting to take off, and I'm just going to get these false joints cut in here, try to stay ahead of it as best we can. So I'm just going to take my false joiner here, or groover, whatever you want to call it, get it set on my line that I just made, and I have to tie my dad or doing the front. Just kind of stand back and square it up the best you can. Cut in. Try to stay ahead of it best you can. Get your groove cut. Get all those big rocks out of the way. Okay, so it's been about a half an hour since I got those wet cuts in, and just waiting at about another 5 or 10 minutes here, and we should be ready to do our final hit with the float, steel trowel, get a nice finish, and then it'll be ready for brooming. So I'm gonna set you up for a time lapse up here. I think we're gonna run through the front here since it's been in the sun just a little bit longer, and then once we get this hit, I think Ty's gonna hop on the broom. My dad will finish up the edges, and I'll work on the back, and then by the time they're done, should be all set to start pulling step faces. And we will get these done as soon as we can here. So there we go. Okay, concrete's been down for roughly 3 hours now, and we just were able to finally hit the front here. This is in full sun the whole time, so we have our sidewalk broomed with our false joints in, and my dad's just starting to take some screws out of the forms now so we can pull these off, be ready to go, and that'll be it. So and just watch the back. Of course, it got into the shade a little bit more than this, so it's probably about 15 minutes behind, but once that starts to go, we'll get that broomed out and we'll be ready to go. And like the wind blows it just enough that it's like a 1 foot diameter circle.
Yeah, but it's spiders everywhere.
I'm gonna have to wait for it.
The slide parallel. We had one extra.
Like 8-footer?
Yeah.
Where? I probably by the front porch. Yeah, just throw some water on it. All right, well, all done. So, of course, the whole time we were pouring, we had a drip off that eave where the gutter was leaking, just making it so much harder on us there for that corner because it just kept it so much wetter as it drips right now. So just now that we finished it, just put some plastic over it, let it cure for a little bit. Steps came out nice. So we had 7-inch steps back here because that matches what was existing up on the top porch up here. And then as we come around, you know, we gave them that landing going to the driveway, and then we have our sidewalk coming up, and then of course so still needs just a little bit of landscaping along the sides here just to bring that up flush with the edge, but of course we have plenty of dirt left over for that. And just run around to the front of the house here, check out this last bit of 80-foot sidewalk, 80 feet of sidewalk here. With that 1%, it seemed like everything just went off like perfect timing. You know, we had a nice bit of sun in the front, nice bit of sun in the back. Of course, we have our 48-inch, I think, maybe 42-inch piece here, and it goes down to a 36-inch the whole way. So really improves the look for sure. Big improvement on that older part that was all falling apart. 3 steps up front that my dad worked on. So these are 6-inch to match the top at the front porch here, to keep everything consistent. And of course that's where we ended up aligning with our asphalt driveway here, and rather than having that little bump out. So yeah, like I said, everything comes out really nice. Big change for looks for sure. And once this is landscaped a little bit, I think it'll really improve the looks of the house. So I'm gonna get the forms off here and try to see if we can get out of here today. Won't have to come back, but yeah, we'll see how they start going and go from there. All right, thanks. See you on the next one.